So, all right, another nice day. A little bit cloudy, which is good because it's humid and hot. So anyway, we got a little different project. Never mind the mess out here. My uncle brung this table saw by. I already took the top piece off, but the problem with it is the motor's basically starting to seize and make a noise, which I've already looked into it and I know what it is. There's a bearing in the motor. It's the back bearing on the back half. It's the most common one to lock up. Even if you call the company and you ask them, there's like 3 bearings in here, and you ask them which one you think you might need, and they're going to tell you it's probably the back one guaranteed. And so today we're going to take that bearing on out. I've already told my uncle to order one, and while he's at it, to go ahead and just get some new brushes. Maybe we'll go ahead and put new ones in, because it's pretty much got to take them out to do this. So in case you're wondering what this saw is, a big old dusty booger, but it's nice. These have been around for a while, but this is the 4100 Bosch whatever. So I figure I'd give you a little bit of insight of what we're doing, the best I can with one hand here today. Excuse me. So there's 4 screws. Get that tag out of the way to focus. Oops, I didn't mean to tear it off there. But anyway, 4 screws that go around this. I got one left to take out, and luckily my drill fits in there pretty good. It's not a big deal. Let me see if I can do it left-handed on the last one. Even with this big setup I got, I was able to get it in there and do what I needed to do. And they come loose pretty good. So, now something you got to remember. There's 2 brushes that are going to come out with this. Right here on each side, if you see where there's this flathead screwdriver spot, one on each side. Now, to put the brushes back in, it's best we're going to take them out of there, put the cover back on, insert the brushes, put the caps back on. But to take it apart, I should just be able to pull it right off here. And then we will deal with the brushes after it's loose. I'll pop this off or whatever. So it should wiggle our way out. If I can get a hold of it with both hands, be better probably, but alright, come on baby. Come on baby, that's my pie. Alright, let me get 2 hands and see if I can just pop that off there. Well, I'm noticing that I'm turning it, no problem. Well, it's a problem. It's really tight. But it's not just popping off there because that bearing is seized onto the... It's in here and it's in there. So I do need to go get me a little screwdriver to pop that up. But I can tell by how hard this is to turn that bearing is the issue. So, alright. Now, I had to do a little turning and get this chisel up in there and do some prying. I did it on the back side as well. Worked my way around, and once it come up so far, I heard the brushes kick out because they're spring loaded. But she'll come right off there now. And here is the deal. And yes, it's seized. Okay, that's what I was hoping. See how smooth that spins now? That's what you want to find. And it's not real wobbly or nothing, which means the front bearing is just fine. That's what you need to happen. If you take this cover off and it's still tight, whatever, obviously that's not your problem. So I seen a video where a guy contacted them and they said basically this is what always goes first. And it doesn't look bad from the outside. It actually even feels kind of oiled and lubed, but it's definitely, I cannot spin it separate, see. She's bad. Now I'm going to go see if I got a pulley to pull the bearing off of there. And then I told my uncle to go ahead and order new brushes, but these don't look bad at all. I could tell him never mind that. It never hurts to have an extra set, to be honest. So we'll just go ahead and get them. They're $10, you know. Anyway, you do have to take these off. We'll get to that. And pull the brushes out to put it back on, which is not something I have to do right yet. We are going to just kind of keep it covered, but let me go see if I can find a pulley to get that off there, because it's not going to be easy to pull off there. So alright guys, it's been a few days since I took that saw apart. But we got our bearing. We got some new brushes, whatever you call them. We just need to get that baby back together. I just did a video on my mother-in-law's Malibu where a front tire did cause the car to go into limp mode. I guess it's a safety thing so the car can't go too fast and blow off the tire. Makes sense, I guess. So we did some other maintenance to the car after we fixed it. Got it running really good. Everything's good there. We still got to get the tire replaced and the front end alignment. So I was going to do a video on the CJ7, but the rain has just been coming down all day. If that lets up, I will also get on that video after we're done with the saw. But for now, let's go ahead and get this table saw finished so I can get all that footage off of my memory space. So alright, the pulley is working, but here's the only problem I do got. This shaft right here is fatter than the opening on that hole. So it came so far and now it won't go any further. We have to take and put this little nut right here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set that in there. And now it should pop it the rest of the way off. So alright, problem solved. And there you go. As you can see, it wouldn't go through the thing, but when I put the little nut in there, it was just enough. And there's your problem too. You notice there's all the bearings are missing. No, not all of them, okay. So I'm exaggerating. There's a few gone though. So alright, now I got the brushes out. We got the bearing on, as you can see. And what I do, since I don't have them, I didn't even have a rubber mallet. I take something like this, soft wood, and put it on there and then hit that with a hammer. That way it doesn't damage nothing. Make sure you go straight. As you can see, here's the cap. We got the brushes out of there. We just have to figure out which way this goes. Now I'm pretty sure that it goes like so. And we are going to probably have to tap to get it past that bearing. There we go. Boom. Nice. So there's that. Now all I have to do is open up these new brushes here. Here's the older. There's nothing wrong with these, to be honest. But when you're already this much into it, you might as well. So let me get them out. Alright, now here's the ones we just took out. They got a little bit of roughness around the edge. There's the brand new ones. So, again, I can't do this all one-handed, so we are going to put these in here the best we can. Let's see. I know it goes like so. I need to go ahead and put the screws in the motor first, just so these don't pop out probably, but they go in super easy. The reason the spring has got that bow to it is so that once they go in the hole, it kind of binds and helps hold it, I think, to get the cap on. So let me do this with two hands just to make sure. So alright guys and gals, we got it all together. Everything went smooth. You just got to have a kind of a short screwdriver or flathead to put the caps back on. When you put the brushes in, you slide them in, you get the piece pushed in with the spring. You just got to kind of slide the cap over it to keep it from popping out, and it's not that bad. I highly suggest you put Loctite on these screws like I didn't, because I don't have any. But maybe just a dab, and then take a hand screwdriver to double check to make sure they're torqued pretty good so it doesn't fall apart on you, which I haven't. So let's go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. So alright, we got it all back together. We have a perfectly good moving saw blade. Feels real good. Let's plug it in and see what happens. So alright. I was going to cut that, but not one-handed. Works good. Now, I couldn't figure out how to adjust the blade up and down, and I'm guessing it's missing a handle right here. This is in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it's just missing the handle to go up and down, but you can go to a 45. So, anyway, she's as good as used.